why are you guys waiting so long for this? Like you guys saying, this game came out in 2021, and you guys are about to also put in frame data. What?
Guilty Gear Strive, they actually, the Arc World Tour Finals just finished happening. So they gave us some updates, and some of the things that they actually said that they're going to be bringing into the game was, one, they're going to give us frame data display update. So you can look forward to that. They actually let us know that, where was it? They have the upcoming schedule that's come up. So, Queen Dizzy has already came out. They showcased Venom. So you got to see actually Venom in action. Unica is coming in May 2025, and you're actually going to get to be able to play them at Evo Japan 2025, and then we know Lucy from Cyberpunk is coming in 2025. But the big thing that everybody was kind of hyped about was Guilty Gear Strive is finally going to have ranked matchmaking. So yes, we've waited this long. No more towers, somebody having to come into your lobby for y'all to actually play. But it says players will have matchmaking with random opponents of similar skill levels without going through the online lobby. The rank is rated for each character used and fluctuates based on the rating points earned from wins and losses. So basically something everybody has been waiting on for a long time. We know with Guilty Gear Strive, that tower system was something, I'll just say, will be nice, and we'll say polarizing. It was something that was polarizing. So, it seems like Guilty Gear Strive has been out much longer than it actually has, but we've made it. We got ranked matchmaking. Who knows if there's going to be another Guilty Gear Strive season after this? It seems like the community is kind of getting to a point to where they're kind of like weaning in interest. We've seen the numbers fall down for Guilty Gear Strive as far as like Steam numbers and stuff like that. I know people say you can't just judge it based off Steam. There's different consoles. Look, at the end of the day, that tells you something. It's not like you can look at that information and be like, that tells me absolutely nothing about the game. So basically, at the end of the day, we're finally getting ranked matchmaking. So how do you guys feel about this? And we'll start off with our resident Guilty Gear expert, Mr. MC Amazing. How are you feeling about it?
So like I was saying before the show began, you know what? First off, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to go do that. I'm like Mr. Rex on Max was saying earlier. He was being very nice, very, very nice by saying that it was polarizing. I would say that that the tower was garbage, man. Especially when it came out in the beta. Oh my Lord. Oh my goodness, bro. It's like the amount of frustration. I remember when we were playing Fighting EX Layer, trying to play that online. I would rather do that than try to play in the lobbies, the what's called the tower lobbies in Guilty Gear Strive. Oh my goodness. It was just the worst thing. Oh my gosh. That was one of the reasons I didn't really like playing the game, to be honest. It's like, I'm going to walk over here and pull out your weapon, and then like the other person has to go out and they got to pull out the weapon. And then sometimes you might be able to get into the right spot, or you might get teleported somewhere else. And then they're like, oh, I got an idea. Why don't we just make stations? It's like, well, yeah, you had those in the last game. They could have copy and pasted exactly what they had in Rev 2 and put it in Strive, and it would have been completely perfect. Everybody would have liked it. Anyway, as far as like the rank system goes, yeah, you should have been doing that from the beginning. You guys like, you were too smart for your own good. You went too far. Like went too far down the rabbit hole of trying to be like really creative, and it just like came like, cool, you have this tower, but not like just being able to just get on the thing and say, I want to do ranked match. Just pair me with somebody random in the world, just some random person in the world playing ranked match. Like, I don't think they realized how valuable that is to have something so simple in the game. Matter of fact, it makes you wonder. It's like, why are you guys waiting so long for this? Like you guys saying, this game came out in 2021, and you guys are about to also put in frame data. What? Like, so other games have come out since then. Like, what is it? We had Street Fighter 6 has come out since then, since 2021. We had Tekken 8 come out, and now, just now, after the at the end of basically, because let's be honest, during your downturn, now you're like, oh hey, let's start putting in these things that people have wanted us to put in the game for so long. Like, this is, bro, the Titanic is sinking, bro, and y'all are just gonna keep playing. I mean, cool, but I just also, really quick, just to end off, honestly speaking, that, and I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. I think the way they made the characters in this game suck. They're not that good. They seem like shells of their former selves. I hate it so much. I bought Venom. I went and played him. I'm like, bro, what did you do to this character? This character does not have any of the style that he had in the other games at all. This is horrible. Stop it. Bro, I think that basically just throw the whole game in the garbage. Might as well. At this point, just throw the whole game in the garbage. Move on to whatever game you're going to do next. I'd rather see you bring back Blaze Blue again than do another game like Guilty Gear Strive. That's it. I'm done.
Well, see, that's the thing. People been wondering. Yeah, you can release Blaze Blue, but is it gonna get strivified? You know, is a new
Yeah,
Blaze
there you
Blue gonna
go.
be
Good point.
strivified? You know, it's like
Good point.
everything we knew and loved about Blaze Blue, or y'all just gonna gut it into something new. You know, blase blah. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, yes, like guilty. I guess I can go ahead and go. At the end of the day, yes, Get to Get Strive is successful. It was, I guess, they just basically said, look, we innovated with the roll, being one of the first fighting games to implement rollback that had decent online connection. Like, yeah, y'all got that from us, so you know, just leave me alone. What else you want? You know. So
Good
what
game.
we releasing, you know, frame data later. So what we releasing, you know, actually rank mode, something that's been in fighting games for forever later. Like, hey, we wanted the tower. Like, leave us alone. We did our job. You know, but you know, I honestly, yes, it does feel like a little bit too little, too late. I mean, we reached the. I mean, Strive has had a stronghold on the FGC for a minute now. It has been a top three game in the FGC as far as like when you go to tournaments, basically since it came out. And we're just getting to a point to where we're seeing that like somebody is probably finally gonna be able to take the throne. We're seeing that Fatal Fury City of the Wolves is basically the game that's coming out. And it's like at Evo registration for Evo Las Vegas, we're seeing that that's already like number three. It had knocked off Get to Get Strive as far as like early reg. So not Grand Blue. Strive has come and did its thing, and one thing you can't say about it. It does probably testify how good the game is that we didn't have frame data, we didn't have a rank mode, you know, and like E said, a lot of the people in the FGC felt like for a long time they're like, look, what y'all do to my Guilty Gear? Like, what happened to the Guilty Gear that I know and love? But basically, I don't want to say it's too little too late. We're basically at the end of the game's life cycle, man. I mean, yeah, it'll be good for like, you know, the last couple or however long it's gonna be before the game goes out. Um, but just to release this stuff just now does feel like a little bit of like you probably just could have went on without doing it because it's not like the game is finna live on for much longer. It's not like it's about to be high up here for much longer. But I mean, it does. We did ask this for multiverses though. Multiverses, if you are going to die, at least die nicely for the people who are gonna still be playing this game after y'all gone. You know, at least put in this. At least put in that. Yeah, you made the game pace and stuff like that back to what we wanted it. You should have done it earlier, but hey, at least you bowing out gracefully. So I guess I will say that for Guilty Gear Strive. If you're finna go out and we're about to do your crescendo and we're about to get you up out of here, we're about to give you your salute. Like, at least for the people who's gonna be playing Guilty Gear Strive after this, they're going to be playing a fully finished, completed product, you know, because who knows when the next Guilty Gear is going to come out. Now, a lot of times we like to look at stuff about, but what about when it was at its highest of heights and its competitors should have had it then? Well, we had a situation where that's not going to happen. So at least they're doing it. At least they're going to say, at least they're not going to say, bump y'all, we not going to do it. We never needed it. But it does feel a little too late, but hey, at least we got it. So, what do you think about this, Mr. Gamer?
So I actually enjoyed Strive for the time I did play it. I played it a good bit when it came out. And of course it definitely felt different. It was basically like they just kind of it was like a merger of Street Fighter and like Guilty Gear. Like it's like the play style. It really wasn't like the normal Guilty Gear style. But I did enjoy it. There were some characters and some things about the game that were kind of nuisances. The whole wall thing was very annoying, just like constantly getting knocked on the wall through the wall. That was after you done seen it so many times, like, okay, bro, like I again, like games are going to that offensive mode. So like, hey, Street Fighter 6 even did the same thing. We in the corner, get knocked on the wall. You can't get knocked through the wall, but sometimes I wish I would get knocked through the wall instead of just keep getting, knocked on the wall for blocking a DI, which is still like the stupidest thing to me. Um, but yeah, with Guilty Gear Strive, the online mode, I mean, like E mentioned with the beta, it was pretty bad. Like the whole you have to go stand and swing your sword. Like it fit because Guilty Gear is like this quirky game. It's really unique, esoteric. So it fit like this little pixelated kind of platformer style. I feel like it kind of fit Guilty Gear because it's a weird game. So it's like a weird thing, but it wasn't executed the best. I feel like they could have chosen a different art style for one because their art style was kind of boo boo. So I don't know why they would would decide that.
Yeah.
So they could have just went with like just the regular like character models or something like a little more animated anime style. But that was weird. The towers were annoying. It got to a point where I think I was right at Celestial, about to be Celestial, and it was so annoying because if I'm not mistaken, you had to like get to Tower 10 and then like you had to win like a certain amount of matches in a row without losing. And I'm like, this is annoying. Like, cause I might what if I win 4 out of 5? I don't rank it like that's stupid. Like, why do I have to win like all the matches? I forgot how it worked, but I think that's how it worked. If I'm not mistaken, I just stopped. I'm like, I don't just like, bro, like you're forcing me to do this. Like when I don't know how many it was on the road, but I'm like, this is annoying. Like so I just stopped at like Tower. I think 10 was the one before you get to like Celestial. And I was just done with it. There were some characters in the game just annoyed me to no end. Ramlethal just button after
Uh,
him, button. It was annoying. Like I know people
uh,
talked about Soul. To me personally, I was way more annoyed by Ramlethal than I was Soul. I get it but he
I agree
came
with
out,
that.
he was doing so much damage. I get it. I get it. He was good, but Ramlethal just it felt like it was just like it just took nothing to really play her. She did way too much damage. Um, he just put you in just dumb situations. I haven't played the game a lot since it's had like extra characters. I know Happy Chaos came through. He was running things. I don't know if he is anymore, but yeah, I like I said, I think the game looks fantastic. I like the music, the style of it's still there, and I did enjoy the game. I found characters that I really liked. I played Potemkin in first. Really never liked Potemkin in Guilty Gear games, but I like the look of him, and I played him like, oh, he's a grappler, which I don't normally play, but he's like a very interesting grappler. I felt. Um, and his moves were cool, like the slide hit all the little I forgot the move. He jumps back and punches. I thought he had some interesting moves, and I also played False, another character I never liked in Guilty Gear, but I just liked the way he looked in Strive, and he was really fun to play, even though he wasn't that great. But he's like one of the characters like I kind of like characters where they're like more. You have to get good with this character and know specific things, just picking some top tier. But yeah, the changes is kind of like Rexon just said. It's like why y'all wait so late to just add a conventional rank mode? Like I don't know why games do that. Like why you have like I get it. You want to be different, and there's nothing wrong with that. I can commend you trying to do something different than everybody else, but at least make it like functionally kind of work similar because it's like if you make something like too far off the beaten path, it's like it feels a little odd. But yeah, I think it's a good change, and hopefully people will like enjoy it when it comes out. Doesn't seem like the changes from this game where it's polarizing as the Tekken 8 changes, but yeah, hopefully it comes out and people enjoy it.
Yeah, for me,
Yeah,
when I look back, I watch like, Lower Knight, shout out to Lower Knight. And different people talk about like he's the main person I'll go to like to hear like Guilty Gear talk. But it seems like for me, it seems like it's been a battle so long with Guilty Gear Strive just to make the game have like, for it to reach a point where they were satisfied themselves and the customer with having the game as like as balanced as they could, like making it as because it seems like no matter what balance came out of Guilty Gear, people kind of felt some type of way about it, and it seems like that's where Guilty Gear's focus was at a lot of the time, just trying to make sure that stuff was balanced. They like this, they like that, they like the other, and it wasn't so much of like actual tangible things in the game that is like like rank match, like they waited this long for to give us the 3v3 mode. They waited so long for to give us frame data. They waited so long for to give us, like we're just talking about now, the matchmaking. Like, what were y'all spending y'all time? You know, was it figuring out what characters that you wanted to come into the game? Because it seemed like the only thing that was really going on was just like, we released this, hear the noise about it. Okay, let's try to fix that. Hear the noise about it. Okay, let's try to fix that. It's just like with Potemkin. They came and they did an update and they took away his character councils. Everybody went crazy. Then next thing you know, like they released something right after that and they brought back the character counseling. So it's like it seemed like they spent so much time just trying to make the game like like, hey, we're making a new Guilty Gear. It's not like the old Guilty Gears. We're trying to make sure everybody likes it. Okay, we release something. Everybody's feeling this way about it. Okay, let's hurry up and fix this, change that, go this, go that, go to. It seemed like they just spent so much time trying to like make everybody enjoy the game. Because that's one thing that you did here a lot. I mean, people talk. Thank you. I ain't gonna say his name right now, but a lot of pro players and stuff like that was just like, hey, like, look, we not liking this, we not liking that, we not liking the other. This needs to change. They need to fix this. It was never that Guilty Gear was a terrible game, but it was just more so just. It seemed like they were always just trying to make the perfect game. Just my opinion. If anybody feel any difference in the comments, let me know. But it's like, what were y'all doing the whole time with Guilty Gear? Like, yeah, we were getting characters, but why is it this long that we like everybody's saying, why is it this long that we're getting stuff that we could have got in season 2, early seasons? I don't know, but anybody else got anything to add?
I mean, like, the thing about it is like, it's Guilty Gear kind of looks like, to me, it's like a a car that looks like a luxury car, and you're like, wow, this looks amazing. And you get in the car and you start driving, and for a little while it's cool, but then like halfway down the street, all four of the wheels fall off and the car explodes. Like that's what it's like for Guilty Gear Strive is to me. Like
You had
it's
the
this
warranty on it.
like yeah, exactly. There is no work, but you know what? They will do an update to the paint. They'll change the paint for you though, so that'll be nice. You can on that charred husk you have. At least it'll look a little bit better. I'm sorry, man. I did not really. The thing about Guilty Gear Strive is I think it's like you're like Rexon was saying, like they do want more people to play. I mean, it's kind of like in the same vein of the way that like Harada is trying to do like Tekken, right? Trying to make things more accessible for people. I get it, but the problem I had is, I guess, as a person who's played, I've seen what the characters were like before. Like you have characters like let's go back to Venom. Like Venom just came out, and I'm like, okay, so you don't have the dive kick really anymore. You don't have the teleport anymore. You don't have the air super anymore. You can't like you can set the pool balls while you're on the ground. You can't do it in the air anymore though. So that means that because you don't have the teleport, you can't put the pool balls in the air. You can't do the teleport where you teleport to the pool ball in the air. You can't do any of the really cool really cool stuff that Venom was known for in some of the older games. You had like Chip Zangief, they took away his teleports too. I'm like, cool, he can run up the wall, but so what? That's just how I felt. Like there were a lot of like situations where I'm just like, wow, like you took away my brother. He was an Axel main. He was completely dissatisfied with the way that they made Axel low in Guilty Gear Strive. I have two brothers who are Guilty Gear fanatics, and they did not play. They were like, bro, I'm not playing this game. Like they bought the game and they're just like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not playing this game. And I kind of felt the same. I was like, I'm not feeling this game really like that at all. And you know what? One of the biggest offenses is that number one, they waited until like basically almost like the end of the life cycle to put Venom in the game. Why? Number two, so you're not gonna put Zappa in the game at all? Like, you know what I mean? Like you're talking about, I feel like if you were really trying to talk about balancing, then the biggest testament, see what I did there? The biggest testament to you like making the game more balanced is by putting a character like Zappa, who was in the game, who was like way just far and away just ridiculous, and balancing him out in Guilty Gear Strive. That might make me come back and play the game for a little bit, but I'll probably be dissatisfied with that version of the character too, and it'll just be like another like small visit. So I don't know, man. I mean, I'm for everybody out there who enjoys Guilty Gear Strive. I'm glad you enjoy the game. Me personally, I can't do it, man. I've been playing Guilty Gear games since like the early 2000s, since like 2004, and this just wasn't it for me. I'm hopefully like they bow out like Rexon was saying, they bow out gracefully, and everybody who loves the game can continue to play, but I will not be one of those people.
That's the
I,
one thing about Guilty Gear Strive that, because when Guilty Gear Strive was coming out, I was in Dallas and I was around E a lot more because, we was doing TVFGC news and stuff like that. And the way he would talk about Guilty Gear Strive was unique because I'm like, man, like, the game seems to be doing successful in this and this and this, but it's like, him being somebody who was like really into like Guilty Gear from the beginning is just hearing his perspective. And then like seeing like it was always interesting with Guilty Gear Strive that it seems like they only cared about like, like, man, I want the old characters to come back. Bring the old characters, bump a new character. I want this character. And then just for them to get it, and it's just like, who is this? Like, yeah, that's him. But like you
Yeah.
can change this so much, kind of like, I heard people talking about Joe in Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. It's like, why does Joe have glasses now? Like what's up with his glasses? Why do y'all have that? Why y'all changing stuff? So it seemed like it was a lot more than Guilty Gear Strive. And that had to been tough because it's like two different audiences with Guilty Gear. The people who coming in for playing it the first time, well, probably like three. The people who coming in and playing it for the first time and really enjoying it for what it is, the person who's coming in and like who's been a Guilty Gear fan and just like, okay, I'll try to accept this change and keep moving, and the ones who's just like, where's my Guilty Gear? So that's always been unique to go out through this history of Guilty Gear, and then just the fact it makes you think. Like I said before, people have said like, bring back Blaze Blue. Whatever y'all doing the Guilty Gear, this sucks. Just bring back Blaze Blue. And then it's just like, well, who say they ain't gonna do that to Blaze Blue? Like,
Yeah.
who says? Who says they're not gonna do it to Blaze Blue? Because they can technically look at this as like a recipe for success. Guilty Gear Strive was a success. So why wouldn't they do it to Blaze Blue? Why wouldn't they? So and then again, it's gonna be another dynamic, like, okay, like I love Blaze Blue, but y'all making this, people love it, but it's like, where's my Blaze Blue? So, it's been unique, like watching Guilty Gear Strive throughout the years. And that's just kind of been my bird's eye view of looking at it, seeing that it's totally successful, but you still have that audience that feels like, man, like, so when we go get another Guilty Gear. But you were gonna say something, Devin?
I was just gonna agree with E. I saw like Venom was one of my favorite Guilty Gear characters. Like out of the older games, like the more legacy games. And I saw this trailer, I'm like, oh, he's back. And I really wasn't impressed because like E said, he had a lot more style. Some of the moves they took away, I guess because they gave him RoboCai, I think. So like I guess his move set is like geared more. I don't know what he really does. I hadn't looked at him a whole lot,
Nope.
but
Nope.
yeah,
Nope.
he still,
Not even featured heavily. Not even featured like that in the move list.
huh? That's interesting. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't really hyped. Like I was like, I've been waiting to see him. Oh, I can't wait to see Venom come back, and I was just like, oh, okay. It just didn't really move me. So I kind of share the sentiment with that. Honestly, the character I want to come back is Raven, which you think a lot of times
Yeah.
the newer characters they would bring back off the jump. Sometimes I don't know, but I liked him in Exar. He was pretty cool. That was like my main. He's just a cool character. I felt. Kind of reminded me of
Yeah.
Vegas. Also, why I liked him because he was like he could like fly. He had the long claws and buttons and stuff like that. But yeah,
Yeah, he was cool.
yeah,
Yeah, he
I
was real
wasn't
cool.
really impressed with Venom.